Hey everyone, this is Manly Badasser and welcome to Milya, a surreal Japanese horror game from the creator of Dot Flow, which you may remember was a kind of a little more grimmer Yuminiki fan game. So this is a very vague game. Its description is vague, its gameplay is all vague, everything is about it is very vague and interesting. And it seems to be about either assembling memories or something. I guess we're in for a bit of a ride, knowing who this creator is. Username Ksenia, 4180, progress 0. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm hitting buttons! Okay, I think we finally started it somehow. I just started hitting buttons and it worked. Huh. Looks like the cat lady. Last logged. 11111. I can no longer hear the piano. Guaranteed reality within acceptable range. 1111111. Okay, I got it off. I don't know what I hit. I just hit a bunch of buttons, and it just worked. And I just hit R, and apparently that restarted me back to the beginning. Because that's the resume button. Apparently you just have to mash the Z key, which is weird. The reality to which we belong is being destroyed by her. This reality is empty and everything is integrated into her. I mean, it's pretty weird. Approaching blank is not permitted under any circumstances. Unless the sound is drowned out, it echoes and floods my mind. Her whispers, her laughter, her mocking, and her delightful voice. Surveillance is being carried out on blank video and audio recording devices. Only remotely operated dummy inspection terminals should be used. The corpse does not retain your recognition. I can no longer hear the piano. In a forest located in Russia, the appearance of unidentified bodies, the many girls in a state of disarray began to be secured. She whispers in my ear. The girls confirm the diminished reality, the traces of memory tampering, the transformation of reality. We suspected and began to investigate the coffee shop in the woods, the place where the body had disappeared. No abnormal sexual reality was confirmed in the coffee shop. It's a very esoteric game. Meanwhile, the girl was receiving the reality assurance treatment, which I have no idea what that is. I'm aware that her concerns have been revealed for the information. The ugly colors gouge my eyes. The smell of her death and the feel of her carry-on fill my perception. Maybe we are the killer. Maybe we aren't. Who knows? It says we're supposed to be putting together memories or something weird. When referring to the conversation log as part of the reality assurance protocol, the C key in the demo will check the log out at any time. My reality is fading. Her presence takes away my thoughts. Your console will help you recognize it. The corpse is not retaining recognition. My reality is fading. Okay. You have to mash the Z key more than usual. So it's like a purposely weird... Oh, hello there. Who are you? I sometimes can't tell if I'm watching a cutscene or I'm supposed to do something. So I actually had a bug here earlier. I couldn't actually beat this because I couldn't drop the hands fast enough. Explain that's what you do. Now it works. And I believe it was like a little bit of a frame rate differential issue. That's why I had to mash the Z key sometimes for confirmation rather than just hitting it once. Alright, this is a little weird. I'm a security cam. Oh god, I'm gonna be jump scared. There was a hand. There was a hand there, but it's gone now. Can't tell if there's like a really long, slender man, like person in the distance. You see it right there in the middle? That could just be a tree branch in lighting, but it's kind of weird, right? And again, that's how Slender Man works. A camera? Milya. Yes, maybe it was 3 weeks ago that Milya passed away. Maybe because I wasn't there and I don't know if it's true. I don't have an accurate grasp of it. Who are you? Can you hear me? Everyone else is dead. No, it's not accurate. Maybe you already know that because she was here. I'm sure you will, because she was here. It's certainly more certain reality than we are. I'm not sure it's possible to understand that. I'm sure you will. I'm sorry. I hope that's not the case. Branch 1, Progress 1. Huh. My friends told me that it's murder. It was so bad murder. This is machine translate, by the way, but it's not bad for machine translate. I'm a little surprised. I've known Miley for a long time. We used to play together when I was little, and then we lived next door to each other. She was born one leg without it. She relied on me a lot, and I responded to that. Yeah, like a real sister. The last time I saw him was about 3 weeks ago before she died. That day, I had made an appointment to meet Milya at the coffee shop. That coffee shop was always quiet. Whenever we met, Milya and I would hang out in that coffee shop where we talked slowly over a cup of tea. The coffee shop was quietly built deep in the forest. We used to play here because there was almost no one there but us. Huh, no additional commentary. If anything, the translation actually kind of adds to the atmosphere. Underground on the road, I hooked my foot on the root of a big tree. I fell down. At the end of the ground where I fell, there was a pointy stone lying on the ground. In a flash of the hand, the palm of my hand was cut wide open. I don't want there to be blood on the ground. No matter how hard I try, the blood won't stop, so I took off my jacket and pressed the wound against my clothes. After walking for a while, we arrived at our usual coffee shop. It was raining a bit, so I rushed to get inside. The interior of the restaurant was strangely dim, with a lukewarm sound of rain, and Angelica mixed with the noise from the phonograph. Somehow lazy yet unreal. It was a melancholy space here. Right in the middle of that space, there she was. Amelia? I took off the coat I was wearing and hung it on the wall. I took a seat across from her. She had a languid look on her face as if she was thinking of something. I sipped my tea in a daze, poking my cane with my left hand. She slowly set the teacup she'd been putting on her mouth. She opened between her lips, or his lips, and said, "Hello." So it's a Japanese-Russian horror game. I groaned faintly as I lay prone. The blood left in his mouth bubbles up into small bubbles. The screen's reaching out a lot. I could feel the blood dripping slowly from the edge, stroking my neckline. She looked up at me like that without batting an eye. She laughed with me, a smile on his face. Then after laughing for a moment, I poured a cup of tea into my cup and shared the jam with me. Whenever she drinks tea, she's licking the grape's jam. And on cold days, they would drink it with a small amount of vodka. It was a particularly cold day, so I probably put a little too much vodka in there. I could feel her face turning redder and redder with each step as she sipped her tea. Perhaps because of the heat, we talked a lot more than usual. School stuff, hobbies, tea stuff. And the whole thing. She hid her mouth and smiled elegantly. Her eyes, it seemed to shine brightly without my heart. feel like that sentence was a bit mangled. I wonder how much time has passed. The forest has already been swallowed by darkness. Only the faintest of light to illuminate the area. The music that had been playing from the phonograph had stopped before I knew it. The interior of the store was filled with silence. Her face was sprawled under the desk. It glowed suspiciously in the moonlight as if it were wet. As if it were wet? Oh, I mean, I guess it's because it's supposed to be like shining. The sheen off something that's like wet. I was getting ready to go home. It's like dragging something out of the back of a building. I heard a strange noise. I felt a stirring in my heart. After all, I'm the only one here. There's no such thing as noise. I put my blood-soaked jacket on the table and made my way back to the back of the building. It was a dimly lit inside the shop, with blank voice echoing throughout the shop and Angelica playing from the gramophone. It became a very different space. She grabbed my shoulders with her trembling hands. I said in an anxious voice that I had to stop. Still, I couldn't stop myself. I found her moist eyes were terribly loving, so... Moist eyes, terribly loving. That's a hell of a line. The strange moaning continued unabated. On the contrary, I even felt that it was getting worse. I've been listening to you for some time now. It turns out that it is echoing from the underground? It's getting really weird. I didn't know there was a basement in this place, and that someone was there. I felt an uncomfortable sensation crawling up my back. I would think. The path to the basement was at the back of the building, in the oldest, darkest place it was hidden. I wasn't born with one leg, so I walked down the basement in the dark, being very careful of my steps. And that's when I gingerly opened the basement door. I felt a chill in my neck. I could feel the rain coming down. A drop of water ran down my back as I staggered and lifted my head. The gaps in the trees, I could see the rain clouds covering the sky. The forest is black, the rain is white, the sky is ash. It's as if the rain has washed away the color. It was an awful heavy sky. That looks kind of like a torso, and those look like feet. My eyes no longer see the color. I wonder how long it's been going on. In a world where the color seems to flow down, the only bright color I could see was the color of red blood. It's still vividly etched in my mind. Here she is, tied to a chair, raving as her neck is ripped open. I've been dumbfounded for a while. The sound of dragging of something seems to be getting closer and closer. The deafening sound is unpleasant. The sure footprints mixed in there. It can certainly be heard from behind me. My heart was in agony as if it had been grabbed by my head was bright red. Someone could find out. I hurriedly took her Angelica to get out of here. Angelica? Rain's falling on me. Red. Her face as she stared into my eyes. I couldn't get a good view of it because of the black lighting. Backlighting, rather. Morbidly white skin, short cropped dark hair. A dress that elegantly wrapped a body so thin and almost broke. That almost seductive glamour. But yet, even so certainly, his face seemed to have a twitchy smile on it. She looked down at me, moaning in her prone position. In a thin voice she whispered, "Hello?" Blood bubbling up from his throat with a moan, slowly slipping down, and I could feel it pulling around my chest. She lifted my Angelica slowly. I pressed my lips to my fingertips, a softness. Hey! Hands. Those uncomfortable footsteps are coming closer towards us. If I don't do this, I might get killed like her. I picked up the blade lying on the ground and hid behind the door. I decided to hold my breath. And that's when the sound of footsteps approached in front of me. I jumped out of the shadows with a vigor and swung the blade down. More hands. Slowly I pressed the blade to my throat. If the edge of the blade buries itself in my throat, the cries gradually turned to moans. I don't want she to die. I don't want her to die. I took off my jacket and pressed the wound against my clothes. Suddenly my eyes turned bright red. A gush of blood covered my face. Suddenly became frightened and hurriedly ran out of the store. I left the store in a hurry and ran underground. I had fallen several times and my scraped hands were bleeding. So when I arrived home, I sat alone in my bed, shivering and waiting for the morning. I hope those footsteps aren't following you. I'm afraid she's going to come after me. so nothing happened. And that was a week ago. I've heard that Milya is dead. It was a horrible accident, so bad that they couldn't identify him from his face alone. It's like I didn't keep the original. All I could barely make out was a twitchy grin on his face. It was said that he was out of breath. I'm assuming it's her, but I could be wrong. Because I noticed the perspective is jumping around from the translation of it. Well, that's it for Milya. We have nothing more to talk about. So please let me meet her as soon as possible. I'm a friend of hers. I'm telling you this for your sake. Wait, oh, my. Okay, no, this is getting a little weird. I mean, weirder than usual. Yeah, I'll see you at the usual coffee shop. No legs? Knife? Happy birthday, Milya. Milya. A coffee shop in the woods. I'm sorry I don't know much about that. I've heard my friends talk about it. It was kind of weird, so it's a bit memorable. I'm not sure what you're talking about. She said something about moaning in her face. I can't even begin to fathom where this plot's going. I can't tell if it's a translation. I think it's also purposely vague and surreal. So we'll see. Is that her name? What was that again? That's funny because that's my friend's name. We've been friends since childhood. My body's thin and my skin is white. She looked good in a dress and was beautiful. See, that's what I meant, the perspective thing jumping. I don't know if that's translation or if that's on purpose. I don't know what's going on. I can't remember my friend's face. No, in the first place, I haven't seen her face yet. What? Maybe she didn't have a face. It was no longer in its original form when I saw it, so... You're my friend, the name. Yes, her name is Milya. Milya. Yes, she's a friend of mine. This is my friend's story, Milya. They're friends of we. Transcript of a conversation with a protective subject at... blank, 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 blank. Oh god, there's eyes on the wall. Yeah, so it was only yesterday I heard that blank had passed away. I was listening to the radio when I heard the breaking news. I think it was some breaking news about the accident. We haven't gotten any little, like, metagaming, conversation in the council in a while. The victim's attire at the time was... was it this? You said on the radio that you didn't recognize his face. I could tell right away that was her. Even now, it's as if it doesn't feel real. Three until about a week ago, he was in such good spirits. I can't believe she passed away so suddenly. I'm still a bit confused. I feel lightheaded. I can't get her out of my head, whether I'm asleep or awake. She was a very important friend to me. See, this was in Japanese. I'm wondering, like I said, is the he-she jump in the middle of a dialogue purposeful? Were those masculine and feminine, like, pronouns? So it was, like, hinting at something in the plot? They've been friends since they were young. No, I've been with her since I can remember. I don't know exactly. Is it really that important? I don't know when. I don't know. I don't remember it anymore. I don't have a friend like that. I'm not sure what you're talking about. That can't be true. I'm not delusional. I have a good memory of it. Her face, her memories. Her face. No, she was with me. It should be... Was it you? You're asking a strange question. You're going to use me as an experiment. No, let go of me. I'm not crazy. After recording was completed, sedation was administered to check on his progress. 3 days later, it was confirmed that her one leg had been lost. Wait, what? The circumstances of the loss are unknown. Milya. There was something I mentioned about, like, was someone missing a leg. The plot order is so distorted. Even if we had a perfect translation, we have to put this together in our heads. It was a corpse. Yes, a girl. A corpse. The girls, they were all dead, and all of them seemed to be badly damaged. A person lacking legs, hands or a head, a rope around the neck. A knife went in the neck. We saw something earlier about that, remember? So we mean are we playing Milya? It's open from the neck to chest. Okay, that's just gibberish. What's being cut over the neck to chest, hands, and parts of the body are dangling. Exactly. Rope, it's tied to my chest and it's hanging. The rope is wrapped around his hands and feet in its dance-like posture. Don't get confused. Can you stay without fear? No, boy. It's like a house of dolls. Deja vu? I know I've been here before. Deja vu? I know I've been here before. Memories corrupt. I am your possession. I come from perception. Let's click branch Amelia. Okay, it worked. You had to restart. That's why the R key is there. I get it now. Hey there. How are you? I'm so happy to see you. I am your perception. I come from your perception. I'm still within the walls, though. I need a little favor from you. It seems it's hard to break security here on my own. Somewhere in the branch observation system there's a security hole. Will you look for it and tell me what it is? I think we should search for Intricated Branch. That's a good place to be. That's alright. I've made some improvements to the system for you. I hope you find it helpful. Make the most of the R key. Then. Until we meet again. Oh, the game just completely changed perspective and gameplay. You're already done. We can no longer hold our own reality. I came and stay in form. I came and divide and die. There's no such thing as this purgatory. No hollow body, no thought, no reality. Melancholy, nothing. It's just nothing. A world without any realism at all. We already done. No, it's not even over. We can't even exist. Exit. Now I'm starting to really see the dot flow. This is the stored real branch. Branches with debris anchored to each existing anchor. I will surely have a long time here forever. No, it can be expressed with us may be preferred because the world you destroyed can't be just one. That's really creepy how they did that little morphing. Where are you from? Why can you keep shape? Why can I recognize you? You have not answered my question. No answer. Are you another branch or a trunk? You may not exist as I think. This question and answer would not have been enough. Still, I still see you. It looks painful. I want to know more about you. Can you meet again? Contact point roll girl. So maybe if we change branches, if we do that mechanic again, we can come back here and see something different. Locked. Just like my heart. Okay. So we came for that door. Let's go to the right. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't we go to the right? Okay, there it goes. Weird. Hey, how you doing? Do you know me? Are you looking across me? Where did they go? Are you on a path that only they know? We go there, we go there. Oh, I'm looking, oh yes. Listen to her voice, listen to her voice. I'm not afraid. I am not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. Nope, same dialogue. Big girl. Contact point door. I could just be like what we're currently interacting with. Locked. So let's go to the exit and maybe change branches, or we have to use the R key. This took us back here. Same? No. It just is a little weird. Milya.